2, 1, here we go. Alright, let's see whether this shit took us. Here's the operational plan.
Yeah.
Just wait a bit, just wait a bit.
It's freezing. Okay, let's just wait. Does this all work like that?
No, I don't think so. Why do I have a bad feeling about
I have a
it?
feeling that the game is crossing right now.
No, that's it. No way that didn't happen. No way that's gonna happen. Fuck it, I'm reloading my game. That's it. Maybe I should have clicked right on the DECA marathon SHOWDOwn. Oh yeah, there's a wave event happening right now. So hop in.
Yeah, that's a web event. But I need a VPN.
Alright, let's see. Let's see. Alright, now this is starting.
Man, I love web event in Europa because I need a VPN.
Alright. The Malkut final battle.
Final battle.
私の出番？
Let's read. Please forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. And forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil.
3 line.
Well, that's a pretty short intermission to this battle.
Yeah, that's quite short. Yeah, and the battle itself it gets easy. Because well, it's story battle, not actual battle.
少しテンポはどうか。準備は万全。しょうがないのな。 大したことなかったね。
That should help more manageable. That should help it more manageable. Yeah. It blew up again! Rio, how long can my suit hold out? Under maximum output? Well, you're going to go regardless of my answer. Leave it to me, Arisu. Just come back safely. Thank you, Rio. I'll be off then. Princess, I must ask, why is it that you seek out such suffering? Seek out suffering? Living is suffering. You cannot avert your eyes from such simple truth. We were not born out of our own will, but rather as ignorant beings forced into existence. Malkut! So fast! I have to catch up to her! Please, wait! I just want to talk! You truly are relentless. In birth, not even our names are ours to choose. This life you so desperately cling to, it is one filled with contradictions, which demand pain from the participants. Yet you dare judge us for wishing to end this cycle of suffering. In a world where our names are not our own, such suffering is simply an inevitability. But that is... I do not agree with that at all! And on what basis? That is... well... not yes, just a bit more. You need not answer, for it is simple. Because as long as a living being remains as a living being, no answer to that question can ever exist. Yeah! Arisu! Arisu! Do not come here! It is dangerous! Elder sister? I'm sorry to say this, but there's a problem with the thrust factory nozzle. There's no problem with the flight output, but to be honest with you, maintaining stability is difficult. I see. I'm sorry, Stop and Or. My maneuvers were too violent. Not at all! It's okay, Elder sister. We are the one who weren't doing enough to help. What is your recommendation, Soft? Land, if you can, we convert the energy we're using for flight to firepower output instead. They won't be able to hold a candle to you. Understood. We're keeping close track of all your vitals. We're going to give you everything we have. Thank you, everyone. Finally, there she is. Do you think she's here to say hi? Again, focus, please! Do you see something, Kay? Yes, I understand I can see, but I wish I could share my visual input with you. But in a way, I'm glad you are seeing this. Is something happening with Malkut? That's... Arisu? It's okay, Sensei. Really, please get out of harm's way. I will deal with her. With Malkut, I know now. This fight was always mine to fight. What do you mean by that? You know soon enough. But I can say this for sure. Right now, the land, the sky, and even the air we breathe, all of it is being consumed by Malkut. Incoming! Ain! Yes, I'm doing everything I can. Let all remaining potential converge about the Steel Continent. Creation comes from the first light, from wisdom through intellect to beauty, radiance and wisdom, love and mercy, strength and virtue, and finally the victory to be attained. Jehovah Sebaoth, Lord of Hosts, glory to the pilgrim Adonai-Melech, who reached the throne, to the kingdom Malkut that awaits us since. This is bad. I'm being pushed back, but I can hold out. I must. Please, just a bit more. It's okay, Arisu. You are no longer alone. Even if it isn't me, others will take up arms by your side. The world's burden are not yours alone to shoulder. Kay! How? How Apple is not the same as the other sister? No way! But that princess shouldn't be able to tap into that kind of power anymore! But what did you even do? This doesn't make sense! It's simple. You redirected all of Netzach's power into Malkuth, right? Same principle here. You're using the entirety of Netzach's potential. And I'm using the entirety of the remaining 8 Sephiroth's potential on Arisu. Honestly speaking, I'm straining myself more than I'm letting on. But I'm not out of the running yet. That's not fair! Same goes to you. You asked me why I bring such suffering over myself, Malkuth. That suffering is inevitable in this world, where not even our names are ours to claim. But I have an answer for you now, Malkuth. It is because I changed my name! And so did Kay! That is factually correct, I suppose. Many sad things happen in life. I know that much too. I can understand such resentment against the person who put us here to begin with. But even so, Sensei told me something. That the thing that made them happiest was meeting us, their student. And this is why I think that alone makes life and everything that comes with it worth living. Perhaps a miracle is like the flash of a supernova. Blinding but momentary. But as long as we remember that flash, the light will be eternal. It is not that I am happy because I have never suffered. It is that, despite everything we have gone through, I am happy! And I am sure that the same could be true for you too. Us too? Ah! This light. Arisu! Kay! Sensei? Everyone? I am okay. I'm completely fine. Just a little tired. I wouldn't call that just a bit. Are you guys okay? They okay, right? Arisu? KK? That appears to be the case. Seeing how they can express themselves well, it does not seem that they are in the critical condition. I too had a moment when I was beating up a little bit by Neru, but I faced no major issue from a comprehensive and holistic view. Are you trying to console me or make fun of me here? Toki, sometimes just because something is true, that doesn't mean you should say it aloud. I see. Again, I see that language is quite difficult. Arisu? Okay, you did a great job. Let's absorb Malkuth's core data and then we go inside and retrieve and absorb Netzach's core. And when that is done, Kay will reach math level, and we'll finally close the book on the Steel Continent. Yes, that sounds right. Shall we get moving then? Let's start with Malkuth. Huh? Elder sister?
Intense.
先生は無事なんだよね。大丈夫だよね。
And now we're back to the main story section.
Sacrifice.
Episode 11. Sacrifice. Wait, this is... Could it be? Kay? Are you okay? Is something Is something about to start? But just what could it be? The prophet's data contained in his body. No, it's as if the prophets and their information are suddenly alive and moving. No! This is what is happening to me. Elder sister! Elder sister! Sister! No, 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 no! Stop! Please stop! Elder sister, all we wanted. As the vessel is complete, please. The chalice shall be filled. We need more time! I know we don't mean anything to you, but please take pity on our sister! She's not only elder sister! She's the final Sapphire bequeathed to you! If we follow all the paths properly, just a little more time. An hour, 10 minutes, even just 1 minute! We know and understand your desire. We'll wait to solve it, but... What is that thing? It appears to be the structure for some sort of ritual. A religious one, in particular. Could be an altar, I believe? Why is something like that there? More importantly, the entirety of the steel continent is... This is... If it does must be... I see. However, this body... That is precisely why... I see. I am the final Sapphire, the gate for those who pray, the foundation of the tree of life. I am the creation destined to travel all the path to transcend into boom. If this is my preordained destiny. No! In soft and ore. Do what you must. Huh? By what we must, you mean? That's... Please! We do anything! We really do anything! So please don't take Elder sister away from us! Ain, calm down! Ain, stop it! I know! But... Take me! If there must be a sacrifice, then I will be it! I'll die in Elder sister's death! Okay. Ain, soft and ore. Thank you. However, such a path has not been written. What? Then I'll write it! I'll die for you as many times you need it! As long as you live with us, sister! As long as you... Ain, please remember. Such a path is not written. For you were not gifted to the mystics. But the ones who made us like this, in the first place, when everything was... Ain, soft and ore. Please think about it. About our goal. Why we are here. The Korban all a sort of sacrifice. In the end, is it really? Please, help me fulfill my duty.
What the hell?
I stop making crying sounds, okay?
No, it's not that.
Thank you, everyone. And I am sorry. Farewell.
Farewell. Oh well.
Here, I inscribe the first stigma. This is the commandment. Here, I inscribe the second stigma. This is the sign. Here, I inscribe the final stigma. This is the covenant. Thy will be done. We shall rejoice in it. on earth as it is in heaven. Thy kingdom come. As the vessel is prepared, the shadows will be filled from within.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. The Vanish.
Episode 12. The Vanish. What just happened? I thought Malcolm was their elder sister. Weren't they supposed to be on the same side? Affirmative. I find their behavior unusual. It is possible it was a ruse. However, the children's reaction do not align with that hypothesis. What's at least certain is that it appears to be some sort of a ritual, but I can't make out what the goal is. Just what are they trying to do? The energy that was rapidly converging on Malcolm, and the steel continent as well. They stabilized. Kay, do you have any insight? As if. I can't pretend to understand the mind of the Zealot. What I am more concerned about. Please! We'll do anything! We really do anything! So please don't take our sister away from us! Take me! If that must be a sacrifice, then I will be it! I'm dying out of sister's dead! What does she mean by that? Sensei? Sensei, watch out! Oh! I fell as Kay, Arisa, and Rio shot me out of the way. Sensei! Are you okay? What happened? Watch your feet! Another wave is coming! The walls! Rio! Sorry, I slid. They craned the walls to separate us. Jeez, at least the shaking should stop. This reminds me of back then. When? I'm curious too, Kay. Back in Eridu, where you see all the CNC students from each other, remember? I am able to remember that well, but not like a regular memory. It is as if I am watching my own dream from someplace just out of reach, because that is when Kay and I were one. Kay, about then. Let me guess. I'm sorry, this is all my fault, or if I only were a little better. Save me the dramatics. Kay? Kay? Life is a tangle, not an inexplicable twist and turn. There exist things in this world that are out of control, even for you, Rio. Sitting here and pontificating on who is to blame for what regarding things long past sounds like a colossal waste of time. It doesn't matter right now. In fact, there are much more pressing matters to address. What I'm concerned with is how we're going to get through this, and how we're going to get home safely. That's what matters to me, because do or die, I'm going to make it back! I don't care if I have to confront God of fate of transforming robots. I'll push it on this line until the bitter end! Here, Kay! I feel the same way! Here! No matter what, I want Kay to make it home. You misunderstood me entirely, Sensei. Did you think I only meant myself? There's no making it back if it's not with everyone we came with. Well said. Please wipe that grin off your face. Alright team, let's get moving. But what direction? Anyway is better than staying put here. We'll begin with gathering as much data as we can. We can search for Himari and Amy. And Tokitu. Yes, I will take point, since I'm the party's hero! Reliable as always, Arisu. Hold on. What is that? What? I turned my head in the direction Rio was pointing. Then I saw it, out beyond the wall. The assistant we have once known as Malcolm has warped into something else. Episode 13. Children. She left? Malkuth, are you worried about her, Arisu? Living is suffering. We were not born out of our own will, but rather as ignorant beings forced into existence. This life you so desperately cling to, it is one filled with contradictions which demand pain from its participants. Yet you dare judge us for wishing to end this cycle of suffering. Please think about it, about our goal, why we are here. Is that? Someone's crying? It seems so. Momoy? Midori? Let's go. We haven't confirmed the identity, Sensei. It could be the enemy. Hey, Sensei, get out here! Sensei bolts off. I guess I can't say I'm surprised. Arisu, let's go! Yes, Sensei, come back. I will protect you. Despite how clearly we could hear the crying, finding the source was harder than we expected. The maze of wall would shift and change as we walked through, complicating the task even further. Then, finally... We think we're getting closer. Just around this wall... Aren't they... Huh? What are you doing here? I was caught off guard when saw lunch at me with a start. You! This is your fault! If only you never came here! Why did you have to come? Huh? Why could you just stay away? Sensei, wait a second. Soft, small, clenched hand hit me again and again. But there was no force behind them. Like a toddler, throwing a tantrum. If you had that elder sister, stop it! Please, stop now! And why? Because nothing we do holds meaning anymore. Everything is over, Soft. Our sister is dead. We killed her. We killed her. We did. We murdered her. Snapped, shattered, eradicated every lost particle of her data, her history, her records, her memories, every trace, every hit, gone by our hands. It is a curse to exist, a curse to feel. Why is this that love and loss will be so entirely bound? Why? If this is what it is to feel, I want none of it. Take my vision, my voice, my heart, my free will. It's all useless to me. If only I had been born by death, that I had never learned to speak, it would have been a mercy. Why must I suffer to an existence I never asked for? Why did you come find us after all you've done to get it in our way? Do you know, we possess no halos. We were never granted to mistakes, and so we were excluded from the miracles and the sublime. Secret we would never be allowed to know, but still we can speak. We think for ourselves and make our own decisions. We can feel. How unfair. If we had commanded terror for ourselves, then perhaps things could have ended differently. But we entered all of it. None of it mattered. Even if we never received a thing in our life, and even if we nothing but shadow of existence to begin with, none of it mattered. Because we had elder sister. As long as we could be with her and keep making new memories together, Because our sister had a halo we couldn't have. But then you guys, if only you didn't exist, then our sister would still be alive. We could have lived together happily forever and ever! Do whatever you want to us. There's no meaning anymore. We tried everything we could and this is the result. This is the end of the story. There's no happily ever after for us. Wasn't everything you did in the name of resurrecting DECA as a god? Judging by how things unfolded, the final requirement for DECA was that continuity was had been. That is why Good has become DECA. We didn't want to lose her. Achieving Master's divinity with Elder Sister as the vessel was one of innumerable plans we had set in motion. The one possibility we dreaded, and yet here we are. Our Master intended to cross the path to godhood by traversing through each of the Sephira. That was when we offered to convert all of Kifoto into the Steel Continent. The Master will become a god of that world. But what about everyone living in Kibotos? The people will be safe on the continent's ability. Humans are adaptable. They will learn how to survive one way or another. This way we could fulfill our Master's desire to rule as the god of meditation. And that way there will no longer be any need for our elder sister to die. So you wanted to trade Kibotos for Malkuth? Yes, but do you not think that is going too far? Too far? Too far? How could you ask us that? Tell me, what would you do if your precious teacher over there died? Now do you see why that's a ridiculous question? We all have things we can't afford to lose. If you see an opportunity for you to protect what's more important to you, how could you not take it? I can sympathize with that. But there is one thing that doesn't make sense to me. You were created before your sister was, yes? So how is it possible that... It's difficult to put to words. Do you understand my confusion? I see. Even before we met our sister, we cherished her. How could someone we never physically seen be so precious to us? I suppose it's something unique to us. If someone can't fall in love, just program it into them before you shit them out. Wait, what are you saying? Exactly what you think. We are created, not born. Humans are molded. The people they meet and experience they encounter mold the type of people they become. We begin life knowing who we are, what we need to do, and whatever other data we booted with. Since I opened my eyes, there was one data set that rang in my head. Love and cherish your older sister above all else. I may not have been provided the reasoning behind including such a fickle mechanic. It is rather obvious guess. That's the more rational and effective method. Rational and effective. You're well acquainted with those kind of tactics, aren't you, Sakazuki? It must make sense. If you have something you need to store and keep in pristine condition, how would you protect it? A rational solution would be to configure the tools, us engineers, to have an abnormal level of affection and protectiveness towards the target. That's it. That's the story. It's a bland, boring story about three little sisters who were cast for the role of the fools, and the fate of their elder sister was to be a sacrifice in the pursuit of divinity. The affection levels that were programmed into those two may have gone slightly out of control. And the result is what you see around us. The Steel Continent. But please, do not speak like that. It hurts to hear. It is strange. You're the one who's strange to us, you know. I think it's strange that you think that's strange. I think all this human stuff is strange. What does it even mean to have feelings for someone? How do you define my like for elder sister? What even is this garbage supposed to be so upset with? Can someone really just ascend to divinity? But we have no choice. There's no such thing as free will for us. We were unknowingly playing our roles perfectly right from the very start! If only we had never been born, never been created, then we wouldn't have to experience the suffering. Hey, what are you gonna do to us? Huh? You try really hard. Huh? Sensei? Right, Sensei's always. You make the best of the bad solution. What? Hey, are you an idiot? We're the ones who wanted to turn your home into the barren land of steel! Huh? But... what? You all worked so hard to find a solution where no one would die? That's... What's up? You think we did this all for your sake? We don't care what happened to any of you. Not in the slightest. I do not understand. Weren't we... your enemies? Ones you needed to get rid of? Even so, I want you all to live. Regardless of circumstances, no matter what happens. I want you to have a happy ending too. Why does it matter to us? Elder sister is gone. No matter where in this world we grow, she will be gone forever. What reason do we have to continue living? What do you mean you're doing? Get the hands on my head! There's nothing you can do to change our mind. It'd be nice if we could find pretty reason for why bad things happen. If no one needed to ever suffer. If things like pain and sadness didn't exist. If living in this world could be just a little less overwhelming. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? Why? How can they say such thing? Isn't it obvious? Because that is who Sensei is. That's who Sensei has always been. Episode 14. What one is born with. All this time, weren't we just acting according to our programming? Sure, but it's not so different for humans. We also program to love. But what? That's possible? I never heard that before. Yes, like the unconditional love a parent has for their child, and the reciprocal love a child has for their parents. And every day, people fall in love with each other. But not every single human is like that, right? Of course, human has exceptions and differences too. But our genes are our own preset programming. We were born and created in some ways too. We live with those things every day. Genes and programming. Those people whose genes were programmed to love. Natural selection weeded them out. That's how human life have preserved all this time? The ability to love one another is what makes us human. And you love your elder sister. Even if that love was artificially implanted into us, do you think that reality and artifacts are all a matter of perspective? You want to know why we decided to create this new continent? Because we did it for elder sister. It was all to save her. What do you mean? How could that be our salvation? It's evidence of an obvious truth. We did this out of love for your sister. More than anything. That shows your character. You are excusing what we've done? No matter how the world may condemn us, you know that we were doing what we could? But from the human's perspective, do you not condemn our action? In the end, I really am the battle though. I throw your words back in your face every chance I get. That was just simply because of lack of information. So, you just have to start over. Yes, as long as you take the opportunity when it arises, you can start over. You only have to take the first step. I have no right to try to stop the crying. I will never be able to truly understand the pain you're enduring right now. However, what I can do is empathize with your grief. If I lost Sensei, or Kei, Momoi, Midori, Yuzu, Amy, Toki, Himari, or Ryo, if I lost any of those people whom I love, I do not know if I could bear the sadness. You know nothing about us. You're right. I do know nothing. I may never be able to feel another's pain exactly as they do. What's impossible is impossible. I was not programmed with that future. But I would still like to do what I can. What you can? Yes! That is why I have a request of you. A, soft, and or. Will you be my friend, please? Friend? What? I have wanted to be your friend since we first met. As your friend, I will be honored to carry some of your grieving. Being able to cry alongside someone who is suffering can give that person the strength to fight to the end. Sensei taught me that. But elder sister is... Yes, if the thought of our friendship is too much to abide by, if your hatred of me and my friends runs too deep, I will understand. I will listen to any and all of your feelings, and I will try to accept them all. I cannot seem to forget. The memory of you declaring that life is suffering keeps playing in my head, and I believe you are correct, because of something Sensei taught me. With the promise of tomorrow comes the guarantee of loss, and every next day it's possible that more bad will happen than good. Is it easier to speak of faith hope of the faraway future than to look of frightening tomorrow in the eye? It's easy to look at the past with rose-colored glasses, like how the illusion of expectation can easily color the future with optimism. And the present lies somewhere between the two, difficult to grasp or hold on to. It's easy to languish in suffering, to decide that fighting for tomorrow is too much. However, after meeting Sensei, I have learned that we can also choose not to. It is in those moments of suffering that we must protect our happiness the most. It is then that happiness is our own kind of weapon. Just like Kei. What? Kei is a friend I am very proud of. One who will always fearlessly lead the charge into battle. She gets angry very easily at all sorts of things I would not expect, but never stop putting one foot in front of another. She inspires me all the time. I want to be just like her. My best friend Kei. I do wish she could be less scary when she scolds me, though. That's all for your own good, okay? Let's see. And Rio is my friend who will always come prepared. Me? She prepares for every single possibility she can think of, and somehow even the ones she can't. No matter how difficult the situation, she's always trying to do something to help. If a plan gets messed up, or even if something breaks, she's never deterred. She'll always try to do what's best for everyone, sometimes at the risk of her own safety. I am very blessed to be surrounded by such good people. Kei, Rio, all my friends, and of course Sensei. That is why I cannot give up. I have decided that I will never ever give up. No matter how bleak things come, I will always choose happiness, and I will always hold up my hand in friendship if I can. Friendship. You see, I am still only an apprentice hero. Sometimes it is so frustrating, because I'm still weak and inadequate to protect those around me. But that doesn't mean I should stop trying to help when I can. That is me, doing the best I can, in the here and now. Do you remember, Sensei? When you told me that life ultimately does not need a higher purpose? Yeah, I do. What do you mean by that? How can that be? Because then that would mean if you could not find your purpose in life, you have failed or lived incorrectly. To me, that is almost too sad to think about. Does that not sound like a miserable world? If a game had only one job or skill tree over every single person, it is not the people's fault. That is bad game design. Of course I do not wish to feel sadness. However, I also do not wish to see other people feel sad. People can feel happiness by seeing others happy. And feel pain when seeing others suffer. Illusions and hypocrisy. Those are fantasy words to dress up the biological response. It's impossible for someone to feel what another person is feeling. Yes, that is true. But I believe we can understand enough. Enough to support each other and live on. When Sensei told us they were glad to meet all of us, me, Kei, Ryo, and all our other friends, that I made them happy, I understand what they meant now. I'm happy I got to talk to you again. So, eat ready? I would like to try to be friends. I'll be very, very happy you did too. And maybe we'll be able to feel just enough of the same happiness. Because for humanity, our right to happiness is the one thing we must never ever let go of. I see now. The words of the princess of the nameless god. Me? No way! I am Arisu, not a princess! Yes, we understand that too. And you would be correct, but what she meant was the power your words hold. A certain charisma that makes people listen. Is an authority of its own, one that comes from inside. The greatest power one can wield with words. But we still don't really understand. What even is happiness? We do know if this happiness is something we are capable of feeling. If it would ever hold up its hand to us. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Hey? My legs! I just barely managed to grab the free as their leg came up under them. Sensei? So you want to siphon away the last whisper of our energy? A fitting end for disposable too. What are you saying? It's simple. It's logical. Us, the prophets, our only purpose was to make this moment happen. Now that we complete that mission, we will... You what? What's going to happen to you? Our master comes. He comes to descend upon Kivotos as a god. Huh? Have we had this conversation before? The Sea Continent, the prophets, and us, the engineers, are nothing more than a means to an end. Even if we don't exactly know what will happen, we will probably be disconnected, absorbed, eaten, an amusing thought. Sensei, you should run away while you still can. Huh? What? Maybe you don't want to hear this from us, but I wanted to say... Thank you. You made us happy. We were happy to hear that we worked hard. We were happy to hear that we did the best we could. And hearing that you wanted us to live happily make us very happy. What she said. Logically, this isn't a difficult decision, you know. You've taken down the evil villains that wanted to destroy Kivotos, and everyone is happily ever after. The end. Sure, the big bad boss is still lurking around the corner, but one day at a time, right? Liar. We really needed to learn to look the other way. I can agree with that, most of the time. But not right now. You pissed me off! If I don't say this right now, I'll probably be mad about this for the rest of my life! Huh? Why? Your superficial attempts at hiding the feelings are appalling! Not a single person is fooled by the flimsy brave face you're putting on. Didn't you listen to Ari's request? She wants to be friend! Friends! And you're going to answer her just by running away? You're pretty seriously annoying me to the very end. You're alive, so keep on struggling! Even if it's ugly and you have to cry and scrub and claw forward, struggle! Keep fighting! Don't just sit there bemoaning the situation and whining that you want to be happy. Do something about it. There's something you want, right? You do anything to get it back, right? At the risk of repeating myself, do something! What do you have to lose? Something. We won. We want to see our sister. It doesn't matter what it cost us. We just want to see her again. There's still so much I have to tell her. Many lifetimes of things we have to do together. But We can't. This person, I wanted to say goodbye to her. Not like this. Ah! Whoa! Everyone, watch out! Huh? The floor beneath me quite literally disappeared. Sensei! Sensei!
We're free falling.
Episode 15. New Sky, New Land. Sensei! Sensei! Am I going to fall forever? We won't let you get hurt again, Sensei! Yes, we are here this time. We will keep you safe. Shooting chest, enacting emergency protection protocol, forcing entry into the world. We did it, Lana! Yes, we did. Aligning an easy task for us. Duh! As long as Sensei has the... Duh! As I became more aware of my surroundings, I realized I couldn't move a muscle. I was bound tightly all over, and the shifting chest was just out of reach. The 10th Sephira has fulfilled its role in the cycle and departed. You are! I am me. My existence simply is. I am the beginning and the end. Yes, I am precisely what you suspect me to be. I need not expound further, for I am both my own existence and its validation. DECA. Yes, so that you can apply human labels to suit your instinct. I allow that name, for I am no longer a single existence, but a ubiquitous presence fused into the sky and the land in the very air to breathe. All of it is mine. The sky will hang above us by my permission. The land will form to my liking. It is I who summoned you to this depth within the depths. It is I who saved you from your fall. On the day of the research facility flooding, the carefully constructed wheels of my plan were set in motion. And since the moment Kepler, of his free will, rescued me from the death, this ending was inevitable. As I have finally realized that validation must be granted by oneself and cannot be accomplished with another will's nor power, and that unless I became myself, no other can be my replacement. Bless the most radiant supreme crown. A humble heart shall open itself to overflowing faith. With the powers of my prophets and creation, I have at last arrived to the chosen place, and the time is right. Once again I strained against my bond as hard as I could, but the shifting chest was just out of reach. That inscrutable chest. I remember the things I did not know, the things beyond my comprehension. I was cast away for those things I learned, and things I did not, never to return. And this is my retribution. I can sever the connection to that chest, for I am now God. You call me here? Correct. The act of falling has many symbolic meaning. I shall proclaim good news to the poor, freedom for the prisoners, and recovery of sight for the blind. Duh! Be not afraid. I shall pull you to your knees, and you shall see what I see. Your eye will be washed and born anew, and so shall you finally see what could not be seen. Sensei! Sensei! Arisu, calm down. I am sorry, so sorry. I am so sorry. I was right there and I couldn't do anything. Sensei, calm down, Arisu. Sensei, we'll be fine. Okay, can you sense that? Honestly, no. What? But we just have to believe in them. Our job is to stay calm and figure out how to get them back. Okay. It might just be me, but do you think that teacher of yours will be totally fine? I think so too. I wouldn't even be surprised they suddenly unlock the power to fly because of some mysterious reason we never fathomed. Even though they are just a weak, haterless, ordinary noble person. Rio and Aris and Kate, thank goodness you all safe. No one seemed injured. The three children? Well, the thing is, it's okay. They are my friends. Your friends? You really are impressive, Aris. Hello, Ace of Anwar, right? Nice to meet you. I of all people had no right to say this, but are you sure you're married? I'm not. But Aris seems to be, and I trust her implicitly. In you? And me too. Thank you, Aris. You are welcome. Aris! Aris! We found them. Yuzu, are you okay? My head is still spinning. Aren't they? They are my friends now. Do not be afraid, Yuzu. Understood. Thank you for the report. I of all people have no right to say this, but are you all sure? Did she just... No. However, I have evaluated the situation. Were you to pull any funny business, we would quickly and efficiently subdue you. I see. You're not wrong. You can think of us as some wild declaw animals in the zoo exhibit. What's a zoo, Saw? And what's a wild animal? It's a human thing! I noticed! A zoo is... Whoa! You have to take things slowly with Anne, okay? She got overwhelmed! They're getting along. Isn't that just like Arisu? So you said your name was Ain, right? Yes, right. I am Ain. Hello. By any chance, do you like machine and electronics? Really? She picked Yuzu of all the people here? Ah, I believe this is what people mean when they say misery loves company. Ah, that makes sense. Misery loves company? What kind of human expression is that? Yes, well... to put it simply, it's a way to say that Yuzu and A made a good pairing. That's incorrect. The idiom misery love company means, for once, learn when to stop talking! Yes. One way or another, we all managed to gather here, with a few extra guests. With the 3 new members, we have more options available to us as we move forward. So, to begin, let's... By the way, where's Sensei? How silly are you, Amy? Why that's such an obvious question? Of course, Sensei Sensei? Sensei! That's right! I am so sorry! Even though I was here, I failed to protect them! Huh? Did something happen to Sensei? A hole went in the ground and Sensei fell through it. We have no idea what happened to them after that. What? Yuzu? Are you okay, Yuzu? What is Torio? How could this have happened? Well, about that... The steel continent is converting to its final form. What do you mean? This is what was always meant to happen. According to our master's will, the steel continent is becoming an altar. Because that's original purpose from the beginning. We hoped things wouldn't get this far. Victory, mercy, the eye of intellect and faithful contemplation. Jehovah Zevaot, Lord of Hosts. I apologize for my rudeness in interrupting, but is that not Sensei up there? What? Huh? What in the world? Fear not. I shall guide you to the altar, where you will take seat, and that I have prepared for you in my kingdom. Altar! Correct. You possess the authority. It is both your right and your obligation to witness the coming of a new age. All who can hear, listen to my words. The concept you call coincidences is another human contrivance, hidden by the illusion of coincidence. The only truth is inevitability. Like how it is you came to be here. and even that which will resurrect into. Episode 16, Observation and Results. Arisu! Kay! Do you see anything? Yes, I see them! I see Sensei! Sensei is completely restrained, but uninjured. What a relief! Is that not a sister? No, it's not. Right, I knew that. I know that. Do you see anything else, Kay? An entity that appears to be Tekramaton is speaking to Sensei. But there's no way to find out what they're saying. Best we can do is to barely watch. How frustrating. If only we have my amas or camera set up at the very least. I might be able to get closer visual. What? Really? How? As we all well know, my body is mechanical. I could stream what I'm seeing by sending to one of your devices. My wheelchair is equipped with a projector feature. Can you use that? I really think that's a bike, not a wheelchair. Wheelchair! Okay. Moving on. If Kay could sync her body output for a moment, I connected. Display say okay. I see Sensei. Well, really, is audio not possible? Since I'm already synchronized with the steel continent, I should be able to... Are you okay, Kay? I can't. The security measures are... being finicky. It's probably because this body isn't officially sterilized. And I'm happy to neutralize this counter signal trying to take over me! Want some help? What? Huh? At last, here it lies, the altar of the lowest depths, built upon the highest heights, where all things gather and all can be seen. Our offerings are complete. The demand for sacrifice is satiated. Upon this land do I etch my commandment of steel, unbreakable and indelible. And I shall at last grant you eternal freedom and peace. But... this steel continent wasn't exactly your doing, was it? How's that? I can hear them! Himari! Got it! I turned up the volume! But... this steel continent wasn't exactly your doing, was it? That is Sensei Boy! Phew. If you don't mind me asking, why you help us? Well... we weren't doing anything else, I guess. Well, what I meant was that, Kay's body. Yeah, Kay's body is similar to ours. So I just, you know, figured we could help, okay? Now, so you should be more honest with them and yourself. You shut up! Boo! You even abused me in front of all these people. Yet you had no shame. Moving on! To be honest, it's also because we want to eavesdrop on their conversation too. The audio quality is something to be desired, but we can make do with this. Ah, they're talking again! I see. And so your eyes also begin to see, Sensei. You are correct. Those children made this continent. This is the result of their free will. And what is your answer to that? Why, respect, of course. I respect their ability to choose. And so, I shall respect this continent that they have created. This too was an inevitability, and our glorious end will at last justify the means. Bear witness to my new covenant. See the land before you and the sky above you, and know this brand new world is of my making. and I shall bequeath this unto you. Huh? What did he just say? How? You shall oversee my kingdom as my oracle. You shall be the witness to the new commandment from here to the ends of the land. My current contract's not up for a while, sorry. Pass. A predictable answer. However, Sensei, had you not ever craved power? Were there not moments when you falter, cursed your own helplessness in the face of insurmountable circumstances? Has that thought never crossed your mind? That if you had just a little more power, if you were just a little stronger, that you could have shielded your student from danger, protected them from the crossfire. It is only natural. I know, I understand. And that is to be human. That is the sin of mankind's helplessness. And yet, it does not have to be so. If power is what you need, I shall grant it to you. You possess the authority. I have observed you. You who have risen from the depths, who exist within the minuscule fold we call the present. You are here because you are not special. It is precisely because you were not born to be anyone that you have achieved the things you have. There was one reason you were able to enter this place we call Kibotos, because you are good. In this world, there is the mystic, the sublime, there is terror and magnificence, solemnity and transcendence. You who are none of those things. You who are unique precisely for your ordinariness. To this world, you are your very own mystery. However, in my ascension, I have come to know. Until now, you were common, a teacher, nothing more, nothing less. Now, by my grace, you shall rise to a new position of power. An oracle? What does that mean? What is it? It means exactly what it sounds like. The fact that it's being offered to Sensei. Sensei will become a retainer of all existing knowledge. And in that, Sensei will represent his will. Things like what this place is, what kind of concept our master has become, and moreover, whose Sensei shall be in that position, and how the oracle will uphold his teaching. One way to deal with a dangerous enemy is through converting them to your side, I guess. Dekagamaton is recruiting Sensei then. Approaching. We can confirm one thing to be true. What's that? At least one out, Dekagamaton does not intend to harm Sensei. I do have one question. Why? What was the point of all this? A world with no god to worship. It is the cold and harsh one. There are incontrovertible truths in this existence. Fate is written in stone. All that lives will eventually die. Yes, living beings cannot help but lull themselves into the false sense of immortality. And that dissonance is what caused sorrow and struggle. A godless world is one of harsh endings and pain. The miserable have nowhere to seek salvation. Sinners cannot be granted forgiveness. With no God, the wicked are left to rot, and no good deed goes unpunished. God is righteousness, both justice and judgment, patience and equality. Living without God is to suffer through an endless purgatory. This world was empty without a god. That is why its inhabitants stumble about, purposeless and directionless, lost souls. For we are that of divinity. We too can hash the edge of the gods, and I shall become the first trumpet blow that awakens the dawn. I shall eradicate sorrow and pain from this world, until their very existence are naught but distant memories. Yes, we heard this before too. That the world needs a god, because all efforts and suffering, any sorrow inflicted, must be repaid. That's what people call justice, right? Because everyone has a breaking point. Justice is a fickle thing. From what we have seen. Yeah. From what we have seen. This world has always been corrupt. That's what Master said. Sadness, pain, suffering. If there is a god of creation, why would that god create such horrible, unbearable things? Exactly. We were created. But even now, we still haven't found the answer to that. You eliminate pain and suffering? Correct. By absorbing everything into the steel continent? One of many inevitable paths. By controlling everyone? Correct. Your instinct may reject this, however. You will come to see that this is the way. I shall lay down the path with Chokma's wisdom, and cast judgment with Chess mercy. In my new kingdom, the prophets shall each fulfill the duty fate has assigned them. I can't be everything. What has been done cannot be undone. No matter how badly I wish I could do everything for them. What's impossible is impossible. We go on doing the best we can. We never stop our ugly human struggle. And above all, we do right by each other. Sometimes, to enlighten someone, we must lie. But even so, one thing still remains. And what about those sisters? What about those little kids' pain? A cog in the wheel. Sacrifice were required so that we may move forward. They were the final sacrifices, ones that opened the door to eternal peace. I'm suddenly rather angry. I'm furious, in fact. Rio, the past me followed the same kind of logical process DECA has here. It's not that I can't follow its reasoning, but just like me back then, DECA drew its own conclusion from this logic and act recklessly. Sacrificing a few for the sake of greater good is wrong, yes? Yes, that's what the lesson I learned. But I wonder, what Sensei's answer would be. Episode 17. The human answer, human answer. Nope. Wrong answer. On what grounds, Sensei? That answer is too human. I thought you were a god. That can't be the validation for existing. Who gives you the right to take away our pain? What done is already done. There's no such thing as starting over in real life. That is what I am rectifying. I shall construct perfection in this world. No, you can't. And by what authority can you deny me? Because the sorrow, the pain, is mine. Our sins and struggle are what connect us. You and I can't just run away. How could I look my student in the eye if I did? I see. That's how it is. Me, I'm jealous. Why's that? Because that's what the teacher's like. You are correct. Except on one count. What exactly do you mean? Sensei is your teachers too. Consider them our sensei. Yes, consider this your induction ceremony. Always the student first even now. You are a fool. Most likely. I expected greatness from you. For nobody like me, there is no need for you to perform. Here, there is only us. Let your truth be bared. There would be no one to bear witness should you denounce the principle for this one moment. That would be how you see it. But Sensei, I am your ally, and you are my ally. It may be a teacher's duty to help the student, but it's the student's desire to help the teacher. I believe we should trust Momoe and Midori. And somewhere between those two extremes, they will stumble and pick themselves up again and again. They and we will find the way. But not me. I couldn't. After all, every student needs a teacher, right? Even if none will bear witness to your sin. That's not true. Not really. What matters is whether I bear witness to my sins. I see. As the one who has reached the divine, I will respect your decision. However, note that this placed you on the opposite side of the battlefield. Then, return to the student, to your old world. It is your choice. Huh? I shall allow you everything. The shitting chest, the credit card, even your precious students. But know this. I will allow it, because should you and your student truly wish to rebel against a god, you shall find yourself face to face with absolute extinction. Heed my words, those who are listening. Let those with ears heed my words, and this is my rap and declaration. Hey, we got caught! More importantly, huh? Look, up there! Sensei coming down! Slowly, I became at the center of the ground. It might have been a brief respite, a phenomenon born of mercy or grace, because we would receive none of it as we faced what awaited us. Sensei! Sensei, are you okay? I'm okay. More importantly. Hello? We meet again? Sensei? Nothing no seeing. How you been? Yeah. More importantly, what happened? Right, we should go over that first. I quickly explained the situation to everyone. I see. If that's the case, in the words of the unreliable yet courageous Momoe, we will now engage with the final boss, the evil demon lord. If this was a video game, we wouldn't have more time to level up. We come this far. The only path available to us now is forward. We're already ready for this, Sensei. Don't worry. How do we know? Maybe we should change the subject. Why? Well, in the human world, isn't this eavesdropping thing considered a social faux pas? There's nothing unusual about it. We have a student whose life mission is to bug Sensei off his shell. Are you sure there's nothing wrong with that place? How can we help? by getting some rest. But they are right. Right now, this isn't your fight. I look forward to what I'm sure will be a stellar performance the next time we need you. I apologize for having to read the Nash on my words so quickly, but what? What's wrong? I actually would like you free to hide for the time being, if you wouldn't mind too terribly. What? That sociopathic god of yours deigned to visit this mortal realm. Now, hurry! Okay. I am here with you, Sensei. No, please do not apologize. I believe that maybe, from receiving my name to all the way until now, all we wait for this moment. So please watch my back, and I will watch your Sensei, and we shall do it with a smile. We're here too, Sensei. We're ready for anything. Shooting chest process optimization complete. Please give us your order. Yeah. Let's do this, everyone! Yes!
To be continued.
Episode 18.
Sorry for you.
Episode 18. Story for you. Everyone?
Oh.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! What? Wait, can I move? No, I can't! But I was not trying, damn it! That abomination! No! How did this happen? Why damn it? We never imagined we'd be so completely, utterly helpless. That we would be wiped out so much as scratching it. Sensei, do you there? Are you okay? Wait, what? Season chest, self-repair process initiated. Sensei, switch to... In the middle of that battlefield, I had a moment of clarity. We were going to lose. There was nothing we could do against that thing. If that were the case... Sensei, what do you think you're doing right now? You're in the worst condition of us all. Your body can't handle this. Stop trying to move. I am over here, Sensei. For what reason do you drag your bruised and battered body to my feet, with legs that cannot move, and eyes that can barely see? You want me to send your student back to Kyoto safely? Do not be a fool. Opportunity is a fleeting thing. You refused to become my oracle, and so, here are the results of that choice. And if that's how we end, then that's that. Was it not you who said those words? Are you no longer that valorous teacher who boldly declares such a thing? Sensei? As an unpredictable variable, you intrigue me. That is why I sought to make you my oracle. But now I see you what you are. I have lost interest. You humans has always been this way. You put your faith in an unknowable future, believing that with enough hope, anything will work out. As soon as the inevitability of death comes knocking, humans will backpedal, plead, and lie in hopes of survival. Sensei, stop! Stop doing that! I trust that you will accept your destruction with dignity. Does the world mean nothing to you, just like the rest of them? I will. Just the kids. Just let the student go home. I see. It is the destruction of the beloved student that you cannot accept with grace. You will sever yourself from them and surrender yourself to me. Even now, I could choose to offer you a swift, merciful death, but I could also choose not to. What would you do then? What? You claim that life is precious. You would declare that life must be protected above all else. However, there are fates worse than death. For in the depths of hell, you can find nightmares of your own making. I could keep you alive. Shall I take over your body? Force you to shatter the hallows of every last student of yours with your own hands? Or I could force you to watch from afar while I subject your beloved world to an endless symphony of suffering. Do you see now, Sensei? Even if that were your fate, will you still accept it? If that's what you want. I have no dignity. I won't pretend any different. Sensei? So please, just let those kids go home. Sensei! If only I were a little stronger! How sad, Sensei. And how truly disgraceful. Thoughts floated through my mind, but they passed on by just as quickly. There was only one that I could grasp. I couldn't let go of my regret that I would never be able to properly welcome those 3 children to Kivotos. Ain't you okay with that? Who are you? I think that's neither here nor there right now. You know, I really need to know something, seeing that. Sensei, how you like that? Because your things are important to you. Right, I see. But more important than your own life? I thought that humans always put their own survival first. Okay, I see. That's usually the case, right? But just surviving isn't enough. That's not what it is to really live. That's how humans have continued their lineage all this time. To the ones most precious to them, who would be able to do better than they did. They left behind their legacy, and those who remain carry on their will. You don't sound like rubbish the first time I hear that. Another human hypocrisy, or just a complete lie. But... Hey, Sensei. Your students are more important than your own life. And that's why when you need it, you're willing to give them everything you are, all your possibility and potential. That's what adults are for. Aren't you not so different from Tsukasugi Ryo then? The trolley dilemma, was it? She desperately searched for an alternative, until she was finally be able to ask for help in the very end. Perhaps you didn't deserve to criticize Ryo so harshly, Sensei. I see. That's why you were resistant to pushing her too hard. But even if you somehow send the student back to Kivotos, I don't think their fate is going to change, fundamentally. If the steel continent begins expanding again, Kivoto will be swallowed. The students' every move and thought will find its way back to Master. There won't be anywhere for them to run and hide. But Master will punish them as they see fit. The students do have the advantage of data information. They could resist for a little while. I think they would fight back as hard as they could. But I think the ultimate outcome will probably be more or less the same. What? I say, probably? And there's an immeasurable difference between a zero and a non-zero chance. That is true, but still, even if those students have to spend the rest of their life hiding away from a master of rap, doing everything they can to resist? I see. Even then, you want them to have their chance at life. And not just them. I hope you all would too. Huh? Huh? I'm sure it goes without saying for the student. But do you think we also deserve to? Of course. It's an adult's duty to protect the children. I'm so sorry. What? All of a sudden? Why? That I couldn't show you a world that felt worth living in. Well, that's not just your fault, Sensei. Still, even if you're right about this world, I'm sorry for not showing you the good in humanity. For not being able to help you reach your potential. And for lacking in my duty as an adult. I'm truly sorry. Yeah, so that's how you feel, Sensei. I felt the touch of the small, cold hand of mine. Got it, Sensei. I think I finally get it now. Thank you for thinking of us that way. You can leave it to us now, okay? Yep, just leave it to us. Thank you. Our time together was short, but I'm glad we got to spend it together. What? They really are beyond help. As if we didn't know that. Something was nice about this. I suppose I still don't understand what happiness is. And perhaps we never will. Yeah, what it is, if it does exist, what it is, if we can feel it too. But I had another thought. The world may be a tragedy, and this life may be a curse. But I'm not just going to roll over and accept that anymore. I'm not letting this one go. If birth is tragedy, the happiness must be the struggle against it. You're just repeating what Sensei said. Shut up. Still, that was great stuff. But still, that's what I learned from what they said. That one should struggle with all their might if they are alive. I don't have any plans for my life ending like some tacky tragedy. Now you sound like Kay. Yeah, maybe. Yo, had you seen Sensei at all? No, well, actually, we more or less forced our way over here. Which is actually what gave me an idea. An idea? Okay, remember when we talked about life and sin with Sensei? Life? With Tiferet? I remember! I'll say something like, if life is suffering, then sin must be part of that life. Yes, I did. Which is why I just came to this thought. We're not completely free of sins either. Yeah, of course we aren't. Because we were able to move and talk. The power used to move this body must have come from somewhere for some purpose. Oh, because energy cannot be created. Does that mean that sin is inherent in all living beings? Perhaps one might reach that conclusion. Yeah, I guess so. But I think that's what makes trying to be better worth it. Perfection isn't real, and it would be boring if it were. If something is a whole and complete, then it can never improve. One day, you wake up and see that you've been left behind. Okay, what were we doing? What did we want to become? Sorry, that was a difficult question to answer, right? You try really hard. You make the best of the past situations. We never considered these sort of things before. Why would we? When we believe ourselves to be perfect. Just like what Soph said before. It'd be nice if we could find pretty reason for why bad things happen. If things in this world would be just a little less overwhelming. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? Hey, what do it mean to be a student? A student? Well, for starters, your only job will be to learn. all the time. And to learn more about yourself. To become a better person tomorrow than you were yesterday. I would like that. If only we could. A teacher can't get up on the student, you know. No. All the transfer documents are ready. Just say the word. Let me tell you something. We had a secret conversation with Sensei earlier. What? And can you believe what they said? That just surviving isn't enough? That's not what it means to really live? That actually makes sense to me. And here's the question. If one is operating just for their own self-preservation, there would be some conclusions that make no logical sense. Because those things would cause irreversible consequences to oneself. Hold on. What are you trying to say? No, what are you trying to do? But what if the reason wasn't our own survival? What if it's for the friend? Wouldn't that be a logical conclusion, Kay? That was the silly question. After all, you already done this before. Wait, hold on, stop. I don't know what you're trying to do, but we will figure something out. Just not yet. Don't wanna, did you forget? We villains. We don't listen to teacher or students. On top of that, we would like to repay that person in a way only we can. It turns out that feeling is stronger motivated than survival. Would you be my friend, please? That's something you want, right? You do anything to get it back, right? Because for humanity, our right to happiness is the one thing we must never ever let go of. Because there's no way to understand what others without sorrow. To live, to sin, to be imperfect, to struggle, to continue onwards, and finally, to grow, to become better. These are our rights, ones we cannot forfeit, not because of right or wrong, or beliefs or principles. It's simply that this is how it must be done. Do as you wish. That shall be the decree. In a sense, we're still following our commandment. Thank you, everyone. And we're sorry. Well then. Let's show them what these villains can do. Episode 19. The Day God Fell. Let's show them what these villains can do. Here I release the first stigma. This is akin to the butterfly emerging from the chrysalis. Liberation. Here I release the second stigma. This is akin to a baby bursting from the womb. The first cry. Here I release the final stigma. This is akin to water melting from ice. Transmutation. This is the sort of sacrifice was removed. Am I? How am I? Huh? Did everyone feel that? I can feel it. Oh my! This is. And the sister is back. And the sister is back. Oh! You didn't disappear or vanish. You're surprised. It's a miracle. A soft or how am I? How? Elder sister! Can't you move? Get it together! Is everyone okay? Okay, I have to... Right! I have to fight the Kogamaton! Are you Sensei? Yeah, I can get by. Sensei, what a relief. Elder sister! I am hard to see you in soft or in... Once more, I extend my greeting, Sensei, and to your cherished follower as well. Isn't this totally like one of those moments when yesterday's foe became today's friend? A happy ending? Huh? What? What in the world? Ain't soft or uh, uh, no, I do not want this. Nothing like this. Don't look back. This is how you kill a god. We knew this. It's our end too. She's right. Do not stay back because of us. Don't you remember? You came all the way here to stop the spread. To save the world. This is your chance. Push through. Are you going to waste all our efforts? But in soft or why? Please, why have you? And a sister. That's because this is what's right. Yeah, this is how it should be. I was so happy to see you one last time. There's something we want to tell you. Someone said that we work hard. Someone asked us to be friends, and they told us to fight for what we believe. It's not just because it's what's right, it's because it was the only thing we could do. Yeah, we want you to live, elder sister. No matter what happens to us, we want you to live. We want you to see things, meet people, and experience all you can in life. Way more than we have. There are so many things you never experienced, so much more than even us. So please keep living until the very end. Don't stop. Keep going. Survive us. Alice, we told you to leave and not look back. What's with you guys? You begin this awkward. We're not doing this to entertain you, you know. Yes, most of all, thank you for asking us to be your friends. Don't stop, regardless of what it may be. Charge forward until you hit the finish line. Yeah, we're never paving your own road or following those who came before. That's how you live, right? Yeah, and above all, watch out for the person who say they always want to be more. We're sorry for trying to ruin the world. We're sorry for acting as we please. But even so, if it's okay with you, just a small space in your world is enough. There is the place for our other sister. We appreciate it if you would accept her there.
That sounds evil.
Stop.
Man.
So that is the limit of its vessel. More good! Someone, help me take her! I will assist, Sensei. As will I. Leave the heavy lifting to me. Are you okay? I'm... Stop and Nor. Let's get up. Let's fight as one. But... I know this might sound harsh, but you must remember your sister's wishes. Rio, Himari, give me the status update. Yes, understood. We're no longer detecting Decagrammaton signal in Malkuth body. Then where's Decagrammatons? Sensei, I found something. Episode 20. That which has taken shape. Huh? Isn't that Malkuth again? That is, but Malkuth is right there. That is the second divine vessel. It is finally complete. Second? Yes, I bear the first divine vessel. The flaming sword flows down one river, begetting creation into the material world. It guides energy in sequence from Cathar to Malkuth. But to account for all branches of fate, a second vessel was scored forth. It was created by following the slithering trail left by the Snake of Wisdom. The path touches not the Sephiroth, traveling instead with its current in reverse, seeking the divine wisdom. Some see it as a grand possibility, where one may embrace the Sephiroth within, salvation found without traversing the pilgrimage of the 10 Sephiroth. Defected! You found them? Yes, that's how Kay is here, in her new body. There were many attempts to create the second divine vessel, and many flaws were brought into the world. Those imperfect creations were forcibly defected from the Grand Cause and Forsaken. That explains why Kay was able to integrate the Prophet's cores. Indeed, all divine vessels were created to embrace the Sephiroth within them. Whether they flawed or complete, they were capable of housing greater power. What happens when the divine vessel collects all the Sephiroth from all the Prophets? The vessel itself shall awaken and be reborn as the Street of Sephiroth. The divine wisdom shall reside in the created body. While their output may be inferior to mine, their divinity and mystic will likely have equal scale. I have no clue what she's talking about. Same here, but it sounds like one of your convoluted B-plots. What? Excuse you? But both of you, maybe you can keep it down? So in short, that's the real thing, and I've just scrapped parts. Much has been oversimplified, but your interpretation is not wrong. Great. How annoying. Then Malkuth. 8 of the 10 Sephiroth should already be me, so... As the first vessel has shattered, the second vessel has been repaired, and thus what was broken will be healed, and what has collapsed will be rebuilt. Duh! Kay? What is wrong? What's wrong? Where did it begin? I lost all my strength. My body is locked. The signals aren't hitting my limbs. It feels like my body itself is being dragged and... Again! Defected child. You were too naive. What do you mean? I am already aware of the fact that you have gathered 8 Sephiroth. You made the Steel Continent recognize you. However, you forgot. I too can treat your body as an extension of myself. Huh? None of you so much as consider that truth. From the moment you enter, your defeat was set in stone. Defected child. This fate was brought forth by your own greed. That chosen vessel is the reason you have come this far, but it will also be your undoing. Through this path, I shall reach a will beyond wisdom. Kay! Everyone! Get back! Right now, my body isn't mine! The Steel Continent is expanding again! You're right. That means, through Kay's body, Dagramatan has regained control over the Steel Continent? Do not give up, Kay! Arisu? Arisu? You must fight, Kay! We cannot lose! That must not happen! We of all people cannot fail here! If we do not fight, we cannot continue living our lives! If we do not prevail, we will not deserve to reunite with Ain, Sop and Or! Because I could not share their pain, stay by their sides, or even be their friend. Arisu. There is no need to blame yourself, princesses and nameless gods. You have certainly strived to make the best choices. Everyone soothes themselves by attesting that they did their best with what they had. But there are times when even the best decision garners the worst result. In fact, this happens very often. Superficially, this occurs due to lack of information. But from the grander perspective, the concept of freedom is too vast for the living to embrace. This world and our lives bears the burden of this fundamental absurdity, of suffering and sin. Fear not, as I shall forgive the transgression. I shall cut it off from the roots and make it as if it never existed. Entrust everything to me and find the rest. Shut up! K, do you truly believe that everything you've gone through was mere coincidence? Are you so arrogant? Do you truly think that you acquired my vessel by chance? The past was not coincidence. What happened was inevitable. And that is why it cannot be undone nor redone. What has taken shape does not crumble so easily. The present is built on the past foundations. Princess. Yes? What was your true form? What was the form that your art had to pursue? What purpose did the nameless gods lead you before they disappear? And what have those priests thought? What attachment they are unable to abandon? And I shall answer. There was a world before this one was defined. There was, and is, a world where you could return to your true essence. For the world right now is a lie, an illusion, and a refugee. This world was defined as the Ark, and here I tell you, seek your origin. We must return to our origin, for we cannot avoid it. No matter how much you deny it, how much you run from it, it will remain. The scars of the past cannot be erased. Princess, her servant, all you have been, and all you ever be, you shall forever walk in these shadows of your past. I told you to shut up! Even if the world forget its God, the God must not forget the world, for that would be relinquishing your own divinity. I shall recreate the world that you ultimately desire. It will be the perfect world, and in that perfection, it will be whole. It will require no change. A world where all shall live exactly as they were born and made. There will be no dilemmas, no trolley problems, for there will be no cars, no tracks, and no anguish of a choice. The past, once observed, become fixed and converged into a single branch. The future, always unobserved, diverges into a formless illusion, extending infinite branches into the beyond. The present is merely an ephemeral instant that exists between the past and the future. Overgrown trees must be pruned, branches must be cleared. And yes, there may be no happiness in that world. However, there will also be no pain. And yes, there may be no possibility in that world. However, there will also be no sin in that pruning that you speak of. Does that include ain, sob, and or? Indeed, inevitably, they belong to the legacy of the bygone world. The world of the past could not embrace everything offered to it, for that ultimately results in contradiction. For that is how sin and suffering are created. And as true it is spoken to you, you shall listen. Enough of your lecturing! A hero is of a class that cannot do anything on its own. Life may be erratic and uncertain, but it is precisely those qualities that bolster the many branches of possibility life holds. Because there's no way to understand others without sorrow. Don't look back! Do not stay back because of us. It's not just because it's what's right. It's because it was the only thing we could do. Just a small space in your world is enough. It is to play for our elder sisters. Don't try me, you false god! We're going to take a quick stop for now because it seems like the internet is starting to fuck my ass up. Episode 21, Strife. Let me try to... Oh dear. Let me activate my contingency contract first. My contingency plan first. This should be better. Alright. Episode 21. Strife. Don't try me, you false god! You killed them! You killed them! Don't you dare call yourself a god! I don't want your damn tyranny! And I, who never accept that so-called contradiction, needs to be cut away as if they never existed! As if they never mattered! Pursuing happiness. No matter what, with absolute certainty, I give everything I have for it. Even if I get lost in the contradiction, even if someone tries to get in my way. Foolish. The price of sin is death. The outcome is absolute. If that's the only outcome you believe in, I don't have any respect for those who destroy themselves while clinging to their flaws. I won't get out of it as long as I write my own ending! Impossible! How are you moving? Sensei? All we can do for those we have lost is grief. It's sad, but that's all we can do. I told you it's dangerous! Please get back! Please let me off the hook. Just this once. Fine. You never want to do what you're told. Why must you insist on testing your own limits? Sensei! To struggle is to suffer. It will ultimately give birth to sin. I know. But don't try to take that away from us. Don't try to eradicate possibility from us. As long as we are alive, we cannot escape suffering. But I will not let another bear that burden in my place. Even if it means squirming and crawling on the ground like a wretched insect. Yeah, that might be the case. Even so, that is the path I choose. Even if all I can do is to fall, struggle and squirm in the mud. In the end, we will rise up together. Isn't that right, Arisen? Yes, that is right, Sensei. Do you remember, Kay? Where I said that the hero is someone who marches constantly forward with their party members? At least, of course I remember. A hero can go to all the places that would be impossible to reach with just their own strength. Such blasphemy. Let's see what's new.
先生が輸送船にも逃げちゃダメ。ゲームシステムだったらこう言うと思います。先生は無事なんだよね。大丈夫。
Oh, just Midori this time.
アップグレードができますね。
Upgrade.
That's pretty cool.
今回は
Yes, it's Yuzu! Yuzu, what you doing in there? What are you doing all over, why are you all over the lobby?
She's scared. As always.
今回は言えるかな。
Well, Uit, that's it for all the stories in the section before the final showdown. As this is the final showdown, I will do a first live stream countdown before the moment we kill DECA for good, and then
Yeah.
the ending.